In this video, we are visiting the charming central Florida town of Mount Dora, by night, by boat, by plane, and by train, so stay tuned. Road Nomad is next.
I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV.
We are driving north on US 27, my route of choice when going to Central Florida. Yes, it is a little slower than the turnpike, but then again, it is not the turnpike. And with Minitini in tow, I cannot do 75 miles an hour anyways, so this suits us just fine. We go through the sugarcane plantations and small towns like South Bay. Behind the big levee to the right, that is Lake Okeechobee, and the good thing about traveling on US 27 is that we can stop here and there, many places along the way, like here, John Stretch Memorial Park, and like John, we are going to stretch our legs. We cannot see Lake Okeechobee from here, but I betcha the drone can. Let's fly the drone. Yep, there it is. You can see it in the distance. The largest freshwater lake in Florida. It is often called the Florida's Inland Sea or the Big O. Let's go around, see the surroundings. Down there we can see the Miami Canal, which starts here and eventually becomes the Miami River. And also check out US 27 down there and the nice park where we are. Beautiful view from up here. I wish I had a way to know how high exactly the drone actually is. That would be cool. I think the drone battery is dying, it's coming down fast, and I am over water, so come in, quickly. And here we go again. Whoops. No worries, still flies. Okay, let's continue. Otherwise, we'll never make it.
I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be.
Central Florida is full of lakes, and many of the towns, they have lake in their names, like this one, Lake Placid, for example.
With my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, riding with.
We have been taking this road a few times when we already have a favorite gas station. Over here, they have pretty decent coffee, and they are conveniently located exactly 160 miles from home. More or less our range while towing Minitini at about 10 miles per gallon. Here we take a break. I change the GoPro battery, somehow lose one of the batteries, and then continue on our merry way. You must be saying, where's Mount Dora? Are we there yet? And I don't know about you, but most of the time I enjoy the journey as much as the destination, and we are going to stop one more time, right here along the rolling hills of Lake Wailes. We are getting hungry, so we are going to have lunch here at this very nice lakefront park. Let's go around, around the park. Let's find the perfect spot in the shade. We are reheating leftover pasta from last night, and we have lunch at this idyllic setting, right here, in the shade of all these Spanish moss-draped trees. Let's go check out Spook Hill, which is a street here where cars appear to roll up the hill, and it supposedly is an optical illusion, and let's see how that goes. And here we are supposed to drive to the white line and put the car in neutral. Let's do that.
Here we are, the white line. And it's supposed to roll back, right? Put it in neutral.
Am I missing something here? I don't really see the optical illusion at all. Actually, to me, it is clear we are going up a hill, so it is normal for the car to roll back. I'm sorry, this is lame. Let's continue. Going back to US 27, we drive through the Lake Wailes historic district. We'll make it to Mount Dora at some point, I promise. And here we are. We are going to stay at the Orange Blossom KOA here, which is a good 9 miles south of Mount Dora, but it was the closest place we could find. $45 per night got us this backing site right here, but we have very little privacy, so I don't know if I would like to stay at this site more than the 2 nights we're gonna stay here. Okay, let's drive to Mount Dora. Finally. And here we are. We are visiting in late December, and Mount Dora is particularly famous at this time of the year for the Christmas decorations. Founded in the early 20th century, this 12,000 inhabitant town is particularly charming as it sits on this rolling hilly terrain right next to beautiful Lake Dora, and it holds a certain small town appeal. Let's find parking and enjoy the light show. Here's the Donnelly House, nowadays a Masonic temple, but the structure itself is in the National Registry of Historic Places. And here we are by the marina, where they have this over-the-top Christmas display. And there's the lighthouse, the little lighthouse. We have some wine at this wine shop called Maggie's Attic, but what we really are is hungry, and every place is overcrowded and understaffed. And the only place without a waiting time is the Lost Parrot. And here we are. All they have is pretty much bar food, but the service is great. Fried food. At the end of our meal, our waitress suggests that we go to the second floor lounge, which has live music, but besides another couple sitting next to us, we are the only customers. It must be early. We are tired, so we're going to call it a night.
That's it. We're going back to the car.
Good morning from the Orange Blossom KOA. We are going back to Mount Dora. Today we are taking a tour called Lake Dora, Air, Land and Sea Package, and it's supposed to leave from the dock at the Lakeside Inn. And here we are. We see a seaplane by the end of the dock, so we think, this must be it, and we go ask. But the guy there is kind of rude and unhelpful, and he says that he doesn't know anything about the tour. So we go to the dock next door and talk to the very nice lady, and it looks like this is it. We have some time to kill, so let's walk around and see this historic hotel, built in the Victorian style in 1883. It is actually the oldest continuously operating hotel in Florida.
Yeah, that would be nice. One of those lakeside room with a big window overlooking the lake.
And here we are at Elizabeth Evans Park. And they are having some kind of lackluster farmers market with this view of the Mount Dora lighthouse. There's this other tour we were actually considering taking where you get to drive your own mini catamaran, and that looks like a lot of fun. Maybe next time. Last night we wanted to eat at this Cuban place called Copacabana, but like everything else this week, it was overcrowded and understaffed. And here's where we actually ate, at the Lost Parrot. As I said, we are here during the week between Christmas and New Year's, and apparently it is the busiest time of the year with a lot of people on vacation. And I can see why people call Mount Dora Florida's most charming town.
Cecile's Friends Corner.
This is, apparently, the train we are going to take later as part of our tour. The Orange Blossom Cannonball, which today has the diesel locomotive attached to it, but on weekends sometimes they run it with the antique steam engine. That would have been cool. Okay, let's go take our boat. Run by Premier Boat Tours. Very nice folks. I really recommend it.
That eagle is 3 feet. They're animals. Our national symbol is a scavenger.
Does it? Everything tastes like chicken.
But after we get around this point, we're going to take a look at the nest. There may or may not be an eagle near the nest. That's pretty much why we came to this corner. That is North America's only stork, the wood stork. It is a scavenger also. Largest bald eagle nest ever found was in Alaska. It weighed 2 tons. That's 4,000 pounds. Now we'll typically see the eaglets, then Mom and Dad leave. So we don't see them all summer.
We are arriving to the neighboring town of Tavares, where later on we are going to do the playing and train portions of our tour, but right now we are going to continue to the Dora Canal.
sign. Those are coots. They have brown, gray faces, and then their cousin, the little moorhens, they are the same color, but they have the red faces. They're also known as the water chickens.
We do point out that little hut because a lot of our passengers think
Great American or blue herons. Great.
over here next to the gazebo, laying down in the grass, another one of those wood storks.
As we go under the trestle and into the canal, Captain Bob and I welcome you to the Dora Canal. The first mobile home up here on your right on the point at one time was a Seminole Indian trading post. And the rest of the mobile homes on the right were built on an Indian burial ground before they realized what had happened.
Up on the shore, sitting on a bench, a little more of Florida's wildlife. Some of it will wave back to you.
Those are southern magnolias, and when they bloom, they have a fragrant white flower. Yay!
You notice this bridge is concreted all the way to the water. The next bridge has dirt and sand underneath it. When we get there, I'll explain why.
We have a white lighthouse. That lighthouse is every bit of 80 to 100 years old. Has a humble figurines, and the top has caretakers.
The Dora Canal has been called the most beautiful mile of water in the world, and it links Lake Dora with Lake Eustis. And it offers great wildlife viewing. In the 1800s, it was used for the shipping of citrus, but today it's just tourists like us, enjoying the nature and the wildlife along all these ancient cypress trees. And here we have an anhinga.
The males are all black and the females have a brown bumpy neck.
They swim underwater to catch their food, fish. They get very wet under there if they don't get out and dry off. They get waterlogged and drown. You might notice how sharp a beak that bird has. It does not bite fish underwater. It takes that beak and spears them right through the side. That's our spear fisherman. Here on the right is a river coming up, going to flow in towards us and ahead of us. That's the Elfin River, which marks the end of the Hand-Dug Canal. Because right now we are getting onto a natural river. These are cypress trees we're passing. The cypress trees are the ones with the bell-shaped bottoms. That cypress tree was 3,500 years old. You can look right through the bases of those trees. They're being held up strictly by the outside bark. You can see it's still all charred on the inside, and when the fire got to the tough outside bark, it extinguished itself. And that's pretty much how they do burn. The inside is softer, much softer than the outside.
like somebody got creative around Christmas time and hung some Christmas bulbs on this cypress.
Remember how elusive the Anhinga was in the Anhinga Trail back in the Everglades? Link to that video? Well, over here they are everywhere. Oh, the Spanish moss.
And the bromelade pineapple family gets all of its nutrients from the air and not the tree. It uses the tree for a host, for a place to grow. And if you see a lot of moss hanging on the trees, that means the air is a lot purer and there's more nutrients in the air. The Spanish were said to be the ones who brought the moss into our country. They made mattresses and pillows out of the moss.
We are getting to the end of our trip along the canal. Someone's got a nice place here. I wonder how they do in the summer with all the mosquitoes. The boat drops us off at Tavares, where we will continue our tour. Here we are at the Jones Brothers office, where we are going to take a 15-minute ride on a seaplane. And that looks like our ride. Pretty small, isn't it? Alright, let's do it. We're waiting for the pilot. And we are airborne. Now you see why they call this area Lake County. We can even see downtown Orlando, which is probably about 25 miles away as the crow flies. And now we can see Mount Dora down there. We are once again approaching Tavares, and down there we see the entrance to the Dora Canal, the canal itself covered with all the foliage. Well, our plane ride is coming to an end. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very much worth it. To celebrate our safe landing, we have a fat tire here at this place called the Ruby Street Grill, while we wait for the Orange Blossom Cannonball, our ride back to Mount Dora. And here it comes. Unfortunately, as we saw earlier today, they are using the 1941 diesel locomotive instead of the antique 1907 steam engine. The wagons inside are decorated according to the time period, whatever that period was. And by the way, they call this the movie train because it has appeared in over 20 movies, most notoriously 310 to Yuma and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It looks like we are ready to depart, and to be honest, the train ride back is the anticlimax of the whole tour. The boat was excellent, the plane exhilarating, but the train ride is, honestly, boring. It goes unnecessarily slow along some not-so-picturesque areas. I would skip it if I were you. We are glad to be back in Mount Dora because we're hungry. Sometime we have to do one of those Segway tours. Looks like so much fun.
Segway tour.
We decide to have lunch at this place called Pisces Rising, and we sit at the bar to expedite things. They have this very interesting and delicious Cuban sandwich rolls, very tasty, and excellent jambalaya, and so-so fish sticks and chips, and a very unorthodox key lime pie. We walk around, enjoying the beautiful afternoon, right here with this lakefront view of the Mount Dora lighthouse. Watching the wildlife up close.
They don't like me. They're leaving. Why?
The marina looks so different during the day without all the Christmas lights.
It's a live oak.
Let's go into Palm Island Park and walk on the boardwalk, the nature trail. And there's another seaplane. I think that's the cranky and friendly guy who didn't want to help us this morning. Such beautiful trees here, with the Spanish moss, always ever present in the south. Look at all the spider webs on these plants. Kinda creepy, huh? We are going to grab a coffee real quick at the nearest Starbucks, which is actually not so near, and we hope to get back in time for the sunset. And back we are, on time, sort of. And what is sunset, that is? The Orange Blossom Cannonball is back from its last trip of the day. And while the train arrives, nature continues painting on its ethereal canvas in the sky. Alright, let's go. Back to the KOA. We've had enough fun for one day, don't you think? Say goodbye to Mount Dora. In the morning, we make our customary walk around the campground to check out the other rigs. We like to do that, see what other people's setups are, and see the campground because really, we have basically been here just to sleep. We have spent all the time exploring Mount Dora, and I was thinking of spending another night here, but really, we should move on. All the reasonably priced campgrounds in the area are sold out this week. Really, but we do manage to find a spot at the Tropical Palm Carefree RV Resort in Kissimmee, about 35 miles south of here, for about $70 a night. A little more than we were planning on spending, but it's not bad, considering how close we are going to be to the Disney park. So, if Mickey Mouse was on the agenda, this would probably be a good choice. Okay, let's head down there already. Okay, so we have arrived here at the Tropical Palm RV Resort in Kissimmee, Florida. And of course the GoPro died before I could show you the entrance to the park. It's very nice, it's a resort, a lot of park models. And now we're gonna go to Orlando to see The Force Awakens. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet, can you believe that? And then we'll probably have some dinner and enjoy the attractions around the International Drive. And then tomorrow morning, we out of here again. Waiting for Uber. And Logo's back there. Yep, that's us. Yep, tonight we are going to watch the new Star Wars movie at the IMAX at this mall called The Pointe. Very nice. Lots of restaurants and bars. Nice place. We have a pre-movie snack at this place called Lafayette's. May the Force be with you. After the movie, we walk around a little bit around the area. This is International Drive. We pass by the Upside Down House, which has been here for many, many years. I remember way back, way before all the other buildings around it were built. It is called Wonderworks. And there's the Orlando Eye back there. We are going to have another snack here at Cafe Tutu Tango. We used to have one in Miami, in Coconut Grove, but it shut down many months ago. Good night. Good morning from the Tropical Palms Carefree RV Resort. It is a long name, isn't it? Here we see a Unity by Leisure Travel Vans. I still think it is kind of square and boxy. I like the Serenity better. They do have a pool here at the RV park.
Look who's there.
We walk a few minutes to this area called Old Town. It is like a mall constructed kind of in the style of a frontier town. And let's face it, it is a tourist trap. But wait a minute, we are in Orlando here, so tourist trap is kind of like a loose term. Last night it seemed to be very lively. We could even hear it from the RV park, but it is early and it looks like a ghost town. How appropriate.
Getting ready for some brunch at the campground. Gigantic burgers.
Off we go. We are taking US 192, which is the main street here in Kissimmee, east, all the way to the ocean as we begin our return trip to Miami. But first, we are going to explore the Fort Pierce area. We have never actually been there, so this should be cool, but that will be the subject of the next video. I hope you have enjoyed Mount Dora nearly as much as we have. Bye now! That's all, folks. Do remember to subscribe, and if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and share with your friends and comment below. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so follow me there too if you will, and visit the blog at roadnomad.com. Join the mailing list. As always, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.
I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my